Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Gashi's Coming TV, the Tourist Man Black Africa. If you look at Rigathi Gachagua, he seems to be gaining footage in the Mount Kenya region. The alliance between Raila and Ruto has left Gachagua as the man to watch in Mount Kenya. If you look at any time they are with William Samuel Ruto, anytime he visits the mountain, he's given a rousing welcome. I was watching him in Kirinyaga. I was watching him again in Ebu and in Muranga, especially in Gataga, and I noted that the man is now the only man who look like he has the following in the mountain. Indeed, William Samoei Ruto cannot claim to have any following in the mountain when Rigathi Gachagua is there. Ladies and gentlemen, what is happening here? What is happening? What is this that is making Gachagua acceptable in the mountain? Number one, in my view, when Raila and Ruto started working together, Gachagua was left and all the other leaders were silenced. So Gen Z somehow also helped Rigathi Gachagua to get the lead card in the mountain, because people who are opposing him were actually able to retreat. They retreated. People like Dede Nyoro, you see, even when Dede Nyoro was talking in Moranga, you see a cold reception by the voters. So the fact that he was the only man who was left standing in the mountain means that he can only be acceptable. Number two, in my view, if you look at the people who are opposing him, including the Gataga Member of Parliament, Sabina Chege, and many others, they are now supporting Rigathi Gachagua. They are saying that they are on the side of Rigathi Gachagua. Number three, in my view, the leaders of the mountain, majority of them refused to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. I remember last week there was a meeting when President William Samuel Ruto met all the Mount Kenya leaders at State House in Nairobi. And he told them that nyinyi, hii njia ambayo tunafuata si nzuri. We cannot be able to beat this man. He will beat us at our own game. Because the ground is now turning pro-Gachagua. The other reason, unknown to many, there is a coalition in the making. A coalition between Gachagua and Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Uhuru Kenyatta is behind the scene. Eugene Wamalwa is there. Jubilee Jeremiah Kioni is there. And it is this thing that is making Gachagua acceptable in the mountain. So the heart of Uhuru Kenyatta is the one behind Gachagua rising every day, something that is scaring the government. However, about this new coalition, when you look at Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka and you look at Rigathi Gachagua, if the mountain was to vote with Ukabani as per the 2022 voters register, Gachagua and Kalonzo would get something like 7.1 million. 7.1 million votes. Assuming that they will not get votes from other areas. But the scary thing is the unity of Baba Raila Amolo Odinga and William Samoei Ruto. If these two leaders can unite and form a coalition, which William Samoei Ruto denied that there will be no coalition, there's no coalition, and there's a reason why he said there's no coalition. If the two can unite, they can get about 10.5 million votes. If Raila is able to retain all his supports and William Samoei Ruto is able to retain his Rift Valley votes, this coalition can win 10.5 million votes. And that is why when I look at Gachagua and Kalonzo, I think they need to think bigger, because that approach may not hand over they may not hand over the presidency to them. The other reason why Gachagua is gaining momentum is that, you see, Raila is no longer an issue in the mountain. And one of the reasons given to many people, especially, in Mount Kenya now, they are the traditional thinkers and they are the modern thinkers. The traditional school of thought believe that Raila cannot be acceptable in the mountain. But it is also the modern school of thought. Majority of these people are Gen Z, and this Gen Z is tribeless. This group of people believe that tribe and its ugly face has no future in our country, Kenya, which is true in my view. So the traditional school of thought is now trying to come up with the idea that now, because Raila is not in the politics, not politics, not in the matrix of Mount Kenya, because he has united with William Samoei Ruto, then they can accept Rigathi Gachagua. Something else that is making Gachagua rise is his courage. One thing I know about Mount Kenya like people who are courageous. They rally behind somebody like Matiba, who is bold. If you look at Matiba, if you look at the history of the Mount Kenya people, they have a tendency of supporting somebody who is courageous, Jaba. Yeah. And that is why, if you look at Uhuru Kenyatta, because Uhuru Kenyatta was forthright, was bold, and the way he intervened during the post-election violence, that in itself was enough to give Uhuru Kenyatta a ticket to the presidency as far as Mount Kenya people are concerned. The same case applies to even Jomo Kenyatta. The fact that Kikuyus believed that he fought for the independence of this country is also enough to rally behind this person. Now, the fact that Rigathi Gachagua is coming out strongly to oppose William Samoei Ruto, the fact that he's now saying about one man, one vote, one shilling, can only make him acceptable in the mountain. Because deep inside their hearts, the people of the mountain knows that their numbers is important when it comes to the sharing of revenue. Because you see, just Gachagua would say that you cannot have a constituency like Roilo, which has about 600,000 people, and another one in, say, Taita, that had 45,000, sharing the same amount of revenue. Doesn't make economic sense as far as equity is concerned. So guys, I don't know what you think, but from where I sit,